Hi, good morning, everyone. It's Friday, June 24th. It's 6 a.m. here in Chicago. This is about Bud and the rematch clause. I'm a little surprised that people will even stoop as low as to use even this as an excuse to dog out Bud. Thank God Bud thinks for himself. Yeah, he responds to the hate, but if you guys notice, he still will not make his decisions based on the hate. And I'm proud of him for that. Bud, get that rematch clause. Don't listen to these fools, as you never have. Because all they're going to do is dog you out whether you win, lose, or draw. Just like they did with you versus Porter. You know, all these people claim they would have all this respect for Bud when he fights Porter, win, lose, or draw. And the hate intensified after he fought Sean Porter. I still say that. They're so mad that he stopped Sean Porter, even though they were able to use his father as an excuse. But we all know there was plenty of time left in that round, and Bud was going to demolish that man. They're so mad about that instead of them sticking to their word, their hatred intensified. So, of course, they're going to run with this now. Bud wants a rematch clause. Now, all of a sudden, a rematch clause means you're a punk, you're soft, you're scared. A rematch clause isn't a smart business decision, I guess, right? Because it's Bud Crawford. That is so ridiculous that people are using him wanting a rematch clause, which I think is a smart thing. They're using that against him. But, I mean, why am I surprised? And Loma should have gotten a rematch clause. Remember Loma versus Tio? Loma definitely should have gotten a rematch clause. Bud should get a rematch clause. Spence should want a rematch clause. I think a rematch clause is a smart thing. And whether you think it's a smart thing or not does not matter. But whether a boxer decides to want one, you should be indifferent to that decision. I don't care how much you hate a boxer. I don't care how much you support another boxer. You should be indifferent to the fact that a boxer wants a rematch clause. That's his and her decision to make. You know? I mean, you guys really go too far with it. Any reason to attack this man. And then you turn around and call his sister a liar for saying that the hatred on YouTube is too strong. Now, I'm not referring to the channels that she attacked. I don't know nothing about that. I don't agree with that, because I like a lot of channels that hate on Bud. I do. I like a lot of channels that hate on Bud. So I'm not talking about the fact that specific names were made, but just a general belief that the hatred on YouTube is too strong for Bud. I definitely agree with that. I mean, I don't even know how she keeps up with which channels are good at it and which channels are best at it and which channels are not. I don't even know how she keeps up. There's so much hate on YouTube coming from all kind of angles. I don't know nothing about which channels are worse or whatever. But in general, the hatred is very strong. So, Bud, get that rematch clause. Continue to do as you see fit. Which that's another thing they're mad about. They can't control you. They can't make you jump from panel to panel doing interviews, even though you have done several interviews with my friend on Instagram who is a black woman. And just continue to do things as you see fit. Because if this is the result, that because you do things your way, they can't stand you and they hate you and they continue to attack you, it's good that you did it your way. Because it shows that people only show all this kind of love when they feel like you've done everything the way you want them to do it. You know what I mean? But back to the rematch clause. It's ridiculous to use that to attack him. I agree. Get that rematch clause. I don't care who you have winning. You never know what happens fight night. You never, and that goes for Spence too. I know you don't want to believe that. But you never know what happens fight night. I mean, look what happened with Ugas and Spence. What would have happened if Ugas was a different type of boxer and he was more hungry and he was able to stop Spence? That definitely, I would have been crying on the floor if Spence didn't have a rematch clause. So But get that rematch clause. Don't listen to these fools. They're going to attack you anyway, just like they did after you beat Porter, when they said they would give you all this respect. But they're so mad you beat Porter in the way you beat him that it just intensified their hatred. I think getting a rematch clause again is a smart thing. It does not show weakness for any fighter, but Spence should want one too. A fight this massive. I'm actually proud of Bud for moving the way he sees fit and not moving the way YouTube directs him to move. I'm really proud of him for that. But anyway, thank you for listening. Have a good day, everybody. Salute to Scrapbook Boxing.